Yo everyone, this is the HappyAnimaidCafeManager here with another walkthrough episode for the game Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vaults at the police station. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever, dead, never to be reopened again, never to be reinvestigated. And that happened at SL9 2 days ago. The sheriff back in the Wild West placed much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trusted was their shooting hands. This is neither Wild nor West here. Aha! But that and this are two different things entirely. I guess so, huh? I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Whoa! We got a reaction! There's clearly blood around the thorns here. This room's pretty messy. Someone must have tripped over something and planted their head on these thorns. I think that might be more painful than being murdered. This cactus is prickly. It must be real. Best keep your distance from Billy here. You're liable to get hurt. Billy. The cactus has a name? Billy, you're wearing your cowboy hat on your hand. Ah, my rawhide cowskin 10-gallon hat. I I just picked that up. Billy took a fancy to it. Looks like he got stuck on the door and he couldn't get it off. Sure have a lot of monitors in here. There's 8 cameras in the evidence room in all, one of each section. Which monitor shows the section where the crime took place? Why do cows sit before the rain comes? It's not for a man to know, unless you're the security guard responsible. Look on the floor, it's a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. I just roped me a steer with this here lasso. What? It was the bellowing moo, pal, moo! Detective Gumshoe, I presume. A leather jacket, leather pants, and the leather. Those aren't all pants. Those are chaps. And that's a poncho up there. Aha, a poncho. It sure looks cool, but the name is a little silly. Well, yeah, I gotta present something that's related to the case. See this? This is the victim's ID card. The one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us the ID number that ID card could record. Look, the 4th number, it's a perfect match. It was used at 514, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one row of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekin say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked the Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing, suddenly he pointed a knife at me. If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekin? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I could give you this ID card record. ID card record, type documents received from Jake Marshall. I've got an idea. Maybe I could show this to list this to other people with IDs here. Now that I think about it, well, wasn't the gumshoe inside here? Okay, we can verify that 5842189 is Bruce Goodman. So I'm guessing gumshoe must have been entered earlier just to work on his blue badger thing. Looking at something on the computer, I like, why did everything refresh? I don't know if someone's trying. I don't know if the computer's trying to do something to make me mad because I ain't got time for this shit. Anyway, type documents for. IDs of all who entered the evidence room on February 21st. Press 8 for details. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? The second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth! What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? What? ID card record updated. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. It might help you, you know. Reports? You mean that note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problem? Hey, it's like Edgeworth we're talking about. Hey, it's Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he could use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Is there anything more to discuss? No. Alright. I'm back here again. Oh, it's the bellboy from before. What? Ah, gas. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? They're standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Ah, it's you. He has the hotel bring him a tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? Precisely. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh, yes. He brought me some information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. I think the report is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes. Apparently, there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief of police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Smallest entered at, well, 4:40, huh? Oh, right. I better check this now. As I was saying, what's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why? Mr. Edgeworth, please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police. He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it in here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it. Screwdriver, type other, received from Miles Edgeworth. Unrelated evidence, screwdriver added to the court record. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth, brought back to his office by Gant's request. Right. Please, I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I could get some reaction out of him. The tag says AI-16. What's that got to do with anything? Nothing, apparently. But at least that's what the Edgeworth said. That makes it seem like all the more suspicious. Who knows? This might turn out to be a clue that breaks the case. Wouldn't that be nice? Right, please. I'm a prosecutor. Might just show him evidence. That's here at 4:20. That's before the murder. If I just show him my best evidence, I could get some reaction out of him. Parking stop, it's at 5:12. shit, I don't know what to do. I don't know what else to do. Angel Star's no longer there. Something I just overlooked, huh? The blood must be from when Lana... No! My sister isn't a murderer! But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime. And her right hand is bandaged. Hey! Just whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Not sure what to ask Meekins. Marshall's not here either. Gumshoe's not here anymore. I need to go back into the evidence room. That's about as red as a sports car could get. Yeah, it's pretty red, alright. The body was found in Edgeworth's car trunk. No lock on the trunk was broken too. So the question is, why did Miss Guy choose this car? So what model car is it? I think it was called a sedan or a coupe, something like that. Those are car types, Mr. Wright, not models. You're a guy, aren't you, Mr. Wright? You're supposed to know these things. Maybe it's about time I got my driver's license. What? It looks like some blood is dripped down here. Judging by the amount, I guess it's from a nosebleed. Nosebleed? Maybe in his wrath. Mr. Edgeworth slapped someone for their incompetence. Why does Detective Gumshoe's face come to mind?